Hey, and welcome back to the PowerKPIs Getting Started course series. In this session, session number 8, we will learn how to work with date fields, particularly with DATETRUNC in PowerKPIs. Let's take a look. We are starting with a basic KPI grid showing our quarterly sales by subcategory. We now want to achieve two things. First, we want to switch from a quarterly view to a monthly view, which always shows the last 13 months. Second, we want to apply a moving average calculation as our comparison value. To change our date granularity from quarters to months, we can simply head over to our date pill and choose months in here. As we can see by hovering over our bar charts, we now have the values on monthly basis. If you are an experienced Tableau user, you will know that there are two different options for handling dates. You can use date part, which are the options up here, and DATETRUNC, which are the options down here. What is the difference between those two options? In short, date part returns an integer as a value, so for the month December it will just return number 12, whereas date part would return a proper date value. To demonstrate the difference, we can quickly open a new worksheet. Let's say we want to display our sales over time on a monthly basis. So we go ahead and grab our sales value and put it on rows, and grab our order date and put it on the columns. From here, we can then just switch to a monthly view, and for now we will go with the second option, which is the DATETRUNC option. And we will also change it to a bar chart. As we can see, Tableau gave us a complete timeline of all the months that are in our dataset. Now let's switch from DATETRUNC to date part. As we can see, we now only have 12 months in our view, even though we just saw that we have way more months in our dataset. The date part setting makes it that Tableau simply aggregates all values for each month, as it does not have the complete date information anymore, and the same would happen in our PowerKPIs extension, which could lead to false numbers and interpretations. So the best practice here is to go with the DATETRUNC option. There are also use cases for using date part, which we will address in the next video. Okay, so let's get back to our PowerKPIs example. So let's quickly check if we've got the right month type selected. And yes, we are in the DATETRUNC section here, so that's all good. And what we want to do next is to display 13 months instead of just the 4 that we currently have in our view. In order to do this, we can simply head over to the configuration menu in the top left of the canvas. We then move over to the Style KPI cards area and open the Dates section. To adjust the number of displayed periods in the PowerKPIs extension, we can simply use this drop-down menu. Currently it's set to 4, but if we open it, we can select any other option here. For now, we will go for 13 periods. Click Save. And we can now see that we've got the last 13 months available in our dataset in our PowerKPIs view. As a second step, we want to add some more analytical detail by adding a moving average calculation to our view. For this, we simply create a new calculated field and give it a good name. I will just call it moving average sales. And then we use the following window average function. This function calculates the average sales in the window of -11 till 0, which equals the last 12 months. We click OK and pull our new calculated field into our measure values card. Before we can use it, we have to do one more step, which is to adjust the table calculation, as it needs to be calculated based on our months of order date. And close. To finally make this our comparison value, we open the configuration menu again and head down to Configure Visualization. In here, we can now also find our moving average sales. And we simply define it as our comparison 1 value for the roll ban and for the roll chart. If you want to learn more about roll ban and roll chart, feel free to check out video number 7 in this playlist, where we explain the setting in more detail. We will also go ahead and remove the unnecessary text and click Save. And we can already see that our setup was successful. We've got our comparison values here to the right in comparison to our moving average sales. And you can also see it in the bar chart, where we've now got this flattened out average benchmark. And that's it. We successfully managed our date fields using DATETRUNC and applied a moving average comparison value. In the next video, we will learn how to use DatePart for our date fields without any errors. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and a comment and consider subscribing to our channel.